We hope you enjoy our discussion on Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom and have a nice day.
Warning! Spoiler alert! If you have not seen Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, spoilers are ahead. You have been warned.
This is Kevin F. Pope with the Pope's Perspective, here to talk about Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. There seems to be a lot of opinions out on this one, and there's a lot of fans that don't seem to like it. And I'm just thinking, it's not that bad of a movie. I found it it was very entertaining. There was a lot to like in this film, and I've seen it twice now. And the second time I was seeing it, I thought, there's more than one way you can enjoy this film. So let's delve right in there and let's talk about it. So the beginning of the film, the volcano on the island's going to erupt, and if they don't get the dinosaurs off, they're going to die. So there's people like, we need to save the dinosaurs. Do you know what? It's a valid point. Yes, we've seen multiple of these films. Yes, we've seen it's never been a good idea to bring the dinosaurs here. They were created by us. And then there's the whole argument like they shouldn't have been here in the first place. I get that. I totally get that. Like in the first film with Ian Malcolm, yes, I agree. Like, should they have done this? Should they have not? But after the fact they've been created, they are still living life forms. They didn't choose to be created by us. They were just created. So why shouldn't they have every right on, like, should they live or die? Okay, now when they become a threat to us, I totally see that. And like, okay, they're a threat to us. Let's not, but is there really anything wrong? Like, okay, let's move them from this island to somewhere else where they'll be safe. Yeah. Okay. Now, of course, yes, they always have to put somebody in there, other people there that have other ideas, other intentions, and they want to bring them here. It's not the good guys that want to bring the dinosaurs here. It's the bad guys. The bad guys want to profit from the dinosaurs. Yes, we've got the bad guys that are motivated by money. But the bad guys in the Jurassic films have always been motivated by money. Dennis Nedry wanted more money, so he planned the sabotage of John Hammond in the first film. That was over money. The second film, Hammond's nephew wants to get money make money off of these dinosaurs. His intentions, we'll bring the dinosaurs here. We'll make some money. Jurassic Park 3 really didn't have a villain, and Jurassic Park 3 wasn't very good anyway, so let's just skip Jurassic Park 3. Jurassic World, you had the guy that wanted to train the raptors for military stuff, but it's really same thing with, let's use the dinosaurs for our benefit, our power, so that we can use it. So it's still a pretty cardboard character. So there's always been people in these films motivated by money. So is that really such far-fetched in there? Okay, yeah, maybe the bad guys in this are more cardboard. What are we going for these films anyway? I'm going to see the dinosaurs, but I don't know. It was interesting to see. I'm like, okay, you got these people that auction off the dinosaurs. Intriguing idea. I don't think they should auction off the dinosaurs. I don't agree with that. But the concept of we're going to take the dinosaurs and we're going to auction them off, interesting. Okay? Where are the dinosaurs going from here? what are they going to do with the dinosaurs? It's an interesting concept. Not a concept I agree with, but it's an interesting concept. Maisie was an interesting character. The guy lost his daughter. He never had a granddaughter. And so he's got the technology and he decides to clone his daughter. He decides to make a clone. So we've got a clone kid thrown into the mix. A human clone. I don't see anything wrong with this. I mean, yes, these films are primarily about dinosaurs. But it's talking about genetics. I'm not a scientist. I do know there's been a lot of inaccuracy scientific stuff in the Jurassic Park films. But are we really going to see these films on the science part? Not really, okay? So for me, it's the films like, okay, what are the rules that you have established in the series and are you keeping to those rules? So in the world of Jurassic Park, they use genetics and they clone dinosaurs. They make dinosaurs. Is it really that far of a stretch to go, hey, we can clone a human kid too? I don't know. I don't get what the big deal is about it. Okay? If some of you hate the clone, like, oh, the human clone is a stupid idea. You're entitled to that opinion, but is it really that far stretched that they would go about doing it, okay? The whole film is not about, we're going to go clone humans now. It's one human clone. Okay? So, they're creating life that didn't exist. They just did it with a human now. I thought it's an interesting area to explore. At the end of the film, she presses the button and lets the dinosaurs out. Now, first, Claire's about to push the button, and Owen says, no, 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 no. You push that button, there's no going back. Now, from their perspective, it's like, this is a big deal. Like, do we let the dinosaurs die, or do we just accept it? But it's like, you're letting the dinosaurs out into our world. Obviously, this is where they've been wanting to take the films, to get the dinosaurs into our world, into our neck of the woods. They are roaming around in our country now. And that's the route they chose to go. It makes more sense with the kid, okay? Because the kid is not going to think as rationally as the adults. And one, she is a clone. Maybe she does feel connected with the dinosaurs because she was genetically created just like the dinosaurs were. So when she says the line, they're alive like me, she's got a connection with them in that way. I know people are having a hard time with that line. Like, that is such a stupid line. Well, let's take it from her perspective. Okay? So, because it could be from her, it's like, I was created just like they were created. They have just as right to live as I have to live. Okay? If you're looking at it from that perspective, it's not really that crazy. My biggest complaint with this film is the advertising. The trailers, for anybody who saw all of the trailers, you really saw where this film was going. They showed the trailers with going to the island, save the dinosaurs. Okay, that's fine. They showed the dinosaurs coming to be auctioned off. Okay, but some of the other things, like the Mosasaurus chomping down on the guy at the beginning of the film, well, that doesn't make it a surprise when you see it at the beginning of the film, but you got that cool scene with the T-Rex, and the T-Rex is chasing the guy, and then you're like, oh, phew, okay, he's going to be okay now, and then the Mosasaurus comes. Well, that's not a surprise because you already saw the shot in the trailer. That shot should not have been in the trailer. Maybe you probably would have known because when they're going in there, that there's the Mosasaurus in the earlier scene where it chomps down on the ship, or not the little sub thing, which I don't know as the sub thing would be all that tasty, but I don't know as the Mosasaurus, it just sees something moving and it eats upon it, I guess. Okay, but you know the Mosasaurus is there. So maybe we would have suspected that it would come again. But it's still, because we already saw the shot in the trailer, we couldn't be surprised at all. There was no percentage to be surprised. My biggest complaint of the shot that should not have been in the trailer was the shot with the T-Rex and the lion. That reveal should have been saved for the movie. That should not have been in the trailer, because wait a minute, you're already showing that that the dinosaurs are going to be released on a... That was way too much. So the marketing for this film showed way too much. There were other things, and yes, and it started in Jurassic World, and it's going with this one too, where the new genetically modified hybrid dinosaurs. I don't mind that, but in some ways, sometimes it becomes more of a monster movie than a dinosaur movie, instead of the natural instincts of the animal. I actually enjoyed the scene where you got the people left in from the auction and they haven't got up, and they're in the elevator and they're like, ah! And the dinosaur sees them, and then he's going after him, and there's trying to get the door shut, and the elevator door closes. Then the dinosaur knocks something that messes up the power, and the elevator doors open up, and they think they're safe, and the elevator doors open up again, and then the dinosaur chomps down on him. You don't see him chomp down on him. Okay, I enjoyed that. But then after a while, I'm thinking okay, let's see, there was 3 or 5 people in there, in the elevator. There was the guy that came in. What? Okay, so you collect dinosaur teeth, I get it, but you're going to go into the cage of this carnivorous dinosaur and take its tooth. I'm just going to, okay, I'm pretty sure I got it knocked out. I'm going to assume it's knocked out. I wouldn't trust that. I would not trust that. Okay, I'm sure it's knocked out completely, but you're going to go just to get a tooth. That was, what a stupid move. You've got that guy, 3 to 5 people in the elevator, and then there's another guy it's eaten when they end up in the museum little area part. Claire, Owen, and Maisie are trying to get out. So I'm wait a minute, this is an animal, so why is it still hunting these people? Wouldn't it be full by now? So there are some complaints I have there. I enjoy them running from the dinosaurs as much as the next. That was people are saying oh, we've seen this before. We see the raptors in the kitchen, and we saw the thing. We have and we haven't. Yes, we saw the raptors in the kitchen in Jurassic Park, but I didn't really feel we've had that much of a scale. We're getting a little bit more of dinosaurs on our turf. And so, in that regard, it was new. And, it gets to a point, dinosaurs fighting dinosaurs, you've seen it before, but it can still be very entertaining to watch dinosaurs fighting dinosaurs. I will admit, though, nothing compared in this film to the epic battle of the T-Rex and the Indominant Rex in Jurassic World. That moment was awesome. That was the one thing I wanted more than anything else when I watched Jurassic World. Was I would love to see a battle between the Indominant Rex and the T-Rex. And when she went to open up to get that paddock open, and I'm yes, yes, yes. So we didn't get a moment like that in this film. Overall, I really enjoyed Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I enjoyed it the whole way through. Okay, did I enjoy it as much as Infinity War? No. Did I enjoy it as much as Incredibles 2? No. Did I regret going? No. I enjoyed the film. It was a fun watch. So I get if people think this movie's so-so or it isn't that great, but I really... the whole thing, I'm like, oh, this movie's terrible. This is one of the worst in the franchise. It's not that bad. It's an enjoyable film. And in some ways, if you want to go over the top with like the villains and with the dinosaur and maybe it's a little bit more goofy, it could be enjoyed on that level too. My big thing of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, when I went into Jurassic World, I had such low expectations and ended up really liking the film. Going into this film, I wasn't expecting, I'm like, okay, this is the new Jurassic Park. It needs to be on par with the first Jurassic Park. I went in expecting to do a sequel to Jurassic World. And that's really what we got. So, if you're going to compare every film to the first film, then I don't know if you're going to like any of the Jurassic films, because nothing's going to compare to the nostalgia of the first Jurassic Park. I mean, they're just the whole magicalness of seeing those dinosaurs for the first time and the new technology they used to make those dinosaurs come to life. It was magical. It was just, it's something you really cannot recreate. You can have nostalgic moments, but the actual feely moments that you got from that first film, you really can't recreate that experience. But you can make a good Jurassic film. Okay? This is an entertaining one. Maybe not on the great level, but it's fun. If you go in there and fun, you can have a good time with this film. I had a good time with this film, so I say it's worth seeing. Maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't, but is it really as all terrible as people are making out? I'm just one perspective. One video I would strongly recommend is Clayton Ferretti. I'll have his name written in there. Okay, I was not asked or anything on to sponsor this guy or anything, but I've been watching this guy's videos. This is a guy that's a huge Jurassic Park fan, and he's talked a ton of videos about the history, about the films, the books, video games, like almost anything imaginable you can think of in Jurassic Park. He has gone exploring about it. He's got some really strong arguments about the film and some background to back it up. So I strongly recommend checking out his stuff. And this is the Pope's perspective on Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.